I wasn't really happy with it. The second time I did end up being sort of happy with it, but I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I wasn't really that happy with it because I had missed out a couple of things and didn't speed it up as much as I would hope. So this is version 3. This is me going over F V Akiha's basic combos. Before I get into anything, I just want to mention that there will be a link in the description for a combo video, not combo video, but a basic combo tutorial video by this really good F V Akiha up there named Tobari. I haven't seen him much around since last year, but I mean I haven't seen many videos of him this year. But I hope he's still playing. But you know, in any case, he did put out these videos. He also set up combo videos that if you want to check out to really see how stupid this character can get. Which we'll delve into a little bit, but for the most part, we don't want to get too far up there, because I think I'll relate a section exclusively to that after I research it more. So this is basic combos. I did something smart this time, and I actually have recordings that show different combos. So, I mean, I couldn't fit all of them, but this is like the basic stuff that you should be going for. And what was I gonna say? This is like extremely basic, simple Melty, nothing too complicated about this. So, oh, whoops! I forgot about one thing. F V Akiha, like I have mentioned plenty of times, has way less life compared to everybody else. So actually putting reduced on her combos gives you average damage and what it would be on like V Scion or something. But I obviously couldn't get her right now because I didn't want to deal with that. It would be just a nightmare me trying to do these combos live, and I just don't have the wherewithal to record them, then like edit them and stuff like that. But excuse me. But this is your basic combo. Let me try to do that again. That's 316ish. Okay, it's fairly standard damage. The basic gist of it is that your ground chain is 2A, 2A, 5B, 5C, 4C. Obviously, like all chained together. But after that, you just after the 4C, the second hit, you just jump cancel it, and then you just go in the air. And then you do BC, BC, and then air throw. Nothing too complicated. It's basic Melty combo. Everyone can do it. If you want to put some meter on it, there are several options you have. Actually, can we do that? Whoops. Let's not have it first. Oh god. I haven't done this too often. You can do stuff like that. I'm messing it up because I'm terrible at this. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. But you can add a 2d6c in your combo to get some more damage. I generally don't like to do that, and from what I've seen, most players don't like to do that either because they'd rather spend the meter on the knockdown. So this is what the knockdown combo is. And then you get a meaty filler. So that's, instead of doing the standard air chain of BC, BC air throw, you do BC and then double jump C, or in some cases you might have to do AC double jump C. I'll get to that in a little second. And then you do 236C, her super pit, super ball. If you hold, I mean after that you can get into Oki, which you know I'll get into when the Oki section happens. But you have a lot of options from there. So there's that. After that, I think I'll just let the dummy take over from here in terms of combos. Oh yeah, this is the. So if you want to get meterless knockdown, because that combo did require meters, the 260 one, because it's a C, of course. This one requires no meter for knockdown, is universal. But by the way, I'm gonna be mentioning universal combos in this, so I'm not gonna be mentioning like super character specifics. That is something Tobari goes in his own video. In a little bit more detail, like there are some more optimal stuff that works in terms of movie heals and other stuff like that. Like they work in certain characters. I'm not gonna go over that. I'm just gonna go over simple stuff that works in anybody. But yeah, So this is the meterless knockdown combo. So the trick to doing this is after the 4C, you do AC and then you do a TK pit puffball from there. So let me show how you would do that. Like that, like my inputs. Could you check my inputs? Like, I don't know how to show that, but like right, actually I can probably with the mouse, can I? Right here. So the 2d6 happens here, then the 9 for the super double jump cancel, and then the B happens because you need to be high enough for the flame pit, the puffball to hit. So you would get that. So that's your basic. If you don't want to spend meter on your knockdown, you can do that. Usually it's worth it to spend the meter for the knockdown, especially because this combo is very like if you get an air combo situation, it's a lot harder to adjust for this. But but like the 260 one isn't. It has a lot more leeway in terms of that. So most people just tend to spend the bar in 260, and if they don't have the meter, they'll just go for air throw. But in any case, that's something you can try if you so desire. I think this one is the corner carry. Yeah. Let me do that. This is the corner carry combo that she has. Obviously, basically, I mean, after that, if she does like another chain, I'm basically in the corner. So I was like over here, so I'm pretty much in the corner. I'm kind of sort of just in the corner, you know. That's without meter. Do note that all these combos that are ending with air throw, you can of course end with 360 if you want to. For that, you would, after the air chain, I'm not going to show it because I'm going to drop it a lot of times. You can land, and then you can do jump B, super double jump C into 236C for the knockdown, and then you can come down, and then you can do melee pillars, whatever you want. So there's that. This, I believe, is the max damage mirrorless. Yeah, that's the max damage mirrorless combo. So, I mean, the first one, I did forget that the 623A combo, there's a certain problem on some characters, like Ryogi, where the air dash AB won't hit. On them, sometimes you'll have to end up doing air dash A, air dash cancel AB. So that's something you need to keep in mind. For the most part, it works in everybody. But for some, you'll have to, do a little bit more research in terms of how you want to actually do the combo and stuff like that. Usually, if the AB doesn't work, the air dash AB will. So there's that. And the benefit of the air dash AB would be that you get a little bit more corner carry than just doing the AB. But that one is a lot. In my experience, that's a lot harder. So I'd recommend this one instead if you do want the corner carry. So yeah, what is this? Oh, that's the air throw. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So that's basically ground confirms. You have one for meterless knockdown, you have one for 100 meter knockdown, you have one for corner carry, and if you want, you can put a 100 meter knockdown on there, and you have max damage. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. For max damage, a lot of people have this question, like how do you do 2 any move as a TK, because if you try to do it, you get a super jump. The answer to that is if you're canceling from a normal that doesn't go into a super jump, like your average 3C will go into a super jump, but I'm losing it, but never mind. If you're canceling like your 5Bs or your 5, like let me just show that, yeah. Like you saw my input, like I'm doing down and up, but I didn't get a super jump. That's because you can't super jump cancel most normals. So the thing is that then you can just do that. You can just do. Oh, okay. So let me show that properly. Game plus. Oh god, that's the worst execution mistake I could have had. Yeah, there you go. So I do the 4C and then I do a 282B. You have to do the B version. You can do the A version, but it depends on the character. Sometimes that will work, sometimes that won't. But the B version is consistent. So this one is that's the basic gist of it. If you're on a keyboard, I personally have had more success doing 228 than 282 on a keyboard, but that's because my left hand is weird like that. On a stick, I have a lot easier time doing 282 instead of 228 because I can just kind of roll my hand up and down really much faster than I can like do 2-2 than 8. This is my hand. If you feel like doing 228 over 282 and the combos work for you, be my guest. Pick either one of them, doesn't really matter. So there's that. What else? That's basically mid-screen. For ground to ground anyway. If they're jumping and you get an air-to-air situation, things change up. So you do AAB. I mean, if they're like next to you, like, you know, I mean, depends on what normal you want to use anyway. But you get that, you get AAB, then double jump C, and then not command grab, air throw, which is, you know, super standard basics. Most characters can do something like that. If you want to spice it up and get a little bit more damage and knockdown, and not drop it like an idiot, you can do that. You, instead of doing the double jump, you do super double jump C, and then you do the 2d6 C. It's, again, if you want to adjust the height and spacing, you have to be a little bit more careful with that. Sometimes you'll be too high, or sometimes you'll be too low, in which case it won't work. The air throw is a much easier combo to use, but obviously you don't get as good of a knockdown. So, obviously, take note of that. If you are fishing for jump B, you of course have that. Of course, if you're doing jump B C, you can also... Can you do that? Again, it's going to depend on spacing and height of the opponent. Yeah, I don't think that will work on F V Akiha. It might work on some other characters, I believe it works on most, and it might work on a few others, doesn't work on her. But if you get a air counter hit, there you go. Jump B changes its risk reward dramatically. Oh yeah, I need to talk about this too. If you get a ground to air counter hit like that, they're in hit stun until they land, and they can take out. But otherwise, they're in full hit stun. You can land and do whatever the hell you want, or you can run around, or you can like change sides or whatever. Can I do that today? I don't think I'm allowed to do that today, apparently. It's just not my... again, there we go. Like that. You can switch sides, whatever the hell you want. But, there, if you want to do something simple... again, depends. You want to keep them a certain height and then do whatever you want. It's mostly up to preference. I prefer doing the C, the 5C, because I think I don't use 5C enough in combos and it looks cool. And so there's that. If you're looking for the corner carry, you can get it. It's kind of hard to confirm, but if you can get it, it's, you know, a lot of strike points. And I'm gonna keep dropping it because I didn't actually record this. You know, you get the basic gist of it. Honestly, can I do that? And I'm gonna try one more. I mean, you can always switch sides if you want to, intentionally or not. That was pretty sick though. I'm not gonna keep trying after that. I'm just gonna keep dropping it. So I'm pretty mad about that. And in any case, so you get that. You can do the 2C and then 63A, air dash, jump AB, blah blah blah. Let me see. I'm gonna try one more time. It's not working. Actually, I'm thinking I'm just gonna be dropping it. Hey, there you go. You can do stuff like that. Of course, it depends on how high they are when you do the 2C and stuff like that. If they're too high, the jumpy won't connect, as you saw when I messed it up plenty of times. That was a mistake. But you know, you can obviously do that if you want the corner carry, of course. Let me just show that, by the way, that after this, they're basically in the corner. Because you can go for Luigi loops, which we'll get to right now. As soon as we get over air throw. Air throw is really good because you get a combo off of it. And what do you get off of the Akiha's air throw? Whoa, that was just awful. Oh my god, that was I feel dumb now, but yeah. Whoa. There we go. I mean, you obviously don't have to spend the meter. You can do it if you want to get the damage. But it's worth it. I mean, if it is to you, then go for it. If it's not worth it to you, then don't go for it. It's simple as that. But that's... Oh yeah, I forgot about shield counters. Shield counter, I mean, it's not terribly complicated. It's the same thing as... where is it? It's the same thing as if you got a counter hit. You get stuff like that. Oh, a combo I forgot to completely write down because I'm an idiot. Two actually. Actually, do I have that? I don't know. I'm gonna try it anyway. So if you're in the middle of the screen, you can try doing this. You can try doing that. So instead of doing the actual pit, you can just do 63A air dash jump C, because they'll just fall into the wall and then you can do stuff like that. It doesn't work if they're in the corner like that, because they'll tech out before they hit any sort of wall. So just keep that in mind. If you want to do something that's not terribly difficult to you, and you just want to get it, it's kind of sort of there you go. Let me turn off counter hits first. Where did counter hits go? Oh yeah, then battle setting something. Yeah, there you go. What is this? I think there's the 6C. Whoa, I forgot to set that. I'm dumb. That's the issue of doing it live. Yeah, that was an excellent example of things that can go haywire with this combo. So 6C, 0 overhead. You're not often gonna land it because it's not something you should be really going for. It's something that you just, do every rarely. That was terrible English. Every so often, just to keep people on their toes, so they don't just keep blocking when you do block strings and stuff like that. So if you get an air throw, you can dash, not air throw, overhead. You can dash cancel the overhead. As you saw, I dash cancel my overhead, and this is a huge part of Moon's combos for the F V Akiha's combos. F doesn't really use it as much inside combos, but if you do get it, that's a pretty hefty chunk of corner carry. The problem with it is that, let me show that again. The 4C F V Akiha, the one that is doing the combo, was facing that way. This way. From here to here. From here to here. She's facing that way. But I'm over here. See, when she's gonna jump cancel, she's gonna go the other way. Like, there are often times where you just run under the opponent. What the hell? But there's often times where you'll just end up running under the opponent like that, and that's gonna confuse you as to which side you should be going for. In this recording, I do it very well and just salvage the situation, like a G, or just whatever. Don't think too much about that. But you can do that as your basic corner stuff. Of course, if you do 16 the corner, there's stuff you can do, namely this, stuff like that. but I won't get too in depth into it right now. But you know, for mid screen you can do stuff like that. So if you're wondering, like, oh my god, I just hit them with a random overhead, what do I do? You know, that's what you do. Oh yeah, that's the cornerstone. We'll get to corner. Hey. Let's. Hey, let's go to the side. Hey, there we go. That's your basic corner combo. It's this. It's similar. It's a combination of the 63A route and the 4C canceling the pit route. The difference between doing the 63A into pit in this one as compared to the both sides, what's I looking for? The mid screen one or the corner carry one is that over here you want to delay the pit slightly. Because the higher you do it, the easier the rest of the combo becomes, and you just won't end up dropping the jump C as much as you would want to. I mean, this makes it delaying the hit would make the jump C easier. Also, if you cancel the first hit of 63A, you get better proration on the rest of your combo. So even though it does slightly less damage at the start, the damage ends up becoming bigger at the end. So you always want to cancel 63A on the first hit, especially in the corner. Mid screen is kind of whatever. If you cancel the second hit, it doesn't matter too much. It sort of helps the corner carry and the general combo a little bit more, so it's all good. But over here, you don't really need to get the second hit, so you can just cancel the first hit. Sorry, jump cancel the first hit. That's the basic corner combo. Of course, at the end, you can change it and make it into a super 260, whatever you want. You know, it's always an option. Always remember that. That's always an option. You can always switch between air throw and your 260. So whenever you want, if you want the better knockdown, you can go for the 260. If you just want reliable damage that you think might kill him, just go for the air throw. So this should be Momiji stuff. Yeah, there you go. Hey, 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 in the pit, and so this is F V Akiha we were talking about, and of course that's why she has Momiji loops. Momiji is 63B, and if it hits, it causes a ground bounce, then you can again link out of it and stuff like that, and that's why that loop exists. That loop is not terribly useful for damage. It actually scales damage terribly because I'm actually gonna take that off right now. It's kind of annoying. Because the punch that like causes the ground bounce has terrible paration. So the rest of your combo will just get ruined. So don't mess with that too much. But this is extremely good for meter build. So if you're looking for, oh my god, I don't have any meter, what do? This is what you do. As you can see, that basically built a whole stock. The ender right there is if it depends on the timing, but on most characters it's a safe jump. If you time it right, it's a safe jump. So extremely useful to have, especially for your pressure and head confirms and whatnot. But that basically built me a whole stock. So you know, extremely useful to have if you don't have any meter on you. You know, and that's basically the whole use of Momiji loops. Instead, I mean, there's also like knockdowns and whatever. If you I got a knockdown, what am I gonna do about it? You know, this is what you're gonna do about it. Yeah. What else was I gonna say about that? Nothing else really. It's not too complicated. There are some variants on some characters, especially on the starter, because if you immediately start with this 2C has 60% paration, so it kind of kills the damage in your combo a little bit. But trying to do like that's somewhat character specific. On some it won't work, on some it will. Always. So this is the version that will work on everybody. So that's why I'm telling you that. But there are some versions that'll work on some characters, but not others. Slightly more damage. If you go into the character specifics of it. So, you know, as a V Akiha, it's extremely useful to know this combo, especially for the meter build for F, even though it's not for damage purposes. So that's that. What is it? All right, I see what this is. IH stuff, but we'll get there. Also, sorry, I keep forgetting what recording these is supposed to be. But if you get a knockdown in the corner, this is most often gonna happen if you land a puffball. You can do an OTG combo, and the better, like the normal standard OTG combo that this character uses is 2A, 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 5B. What this does is 5B has really good recovery, and if they tech in any way, where is it? Let me just make that stand. Let me make it. What can be a good way to show this? Whole guard combo would be great. You get a 5B, 5Z. If they tech in any direction, where is that? Down there, probably back. You obviously get it. Oh, that was a mistake. You get that meaty 5B. And if they take behind you, you can just take them to the other corner. And I dropped it, whatever. But that's an option you have. It's extremely useful to at least know that if you have meaty pit knockdown, not pit, puffball knockdown. You get that, and then you can do the combo. If you have enough meter, that can. If you have the meter and the execution, that can probably seal the round. And initiative heat, and a little snippet into what's to come. So 63C is your reversal. If you get a combo, you can like get really good stuff. And I'm obviously gonna drop it because I'm an idiot. You can do. Whoa, what the hell? So let me set that to corner. Please, can you do this? If you didn't do a combo at the end of it, at the start of it, like you said over here, you don't really get media loops after it. But as you saw, I just got the one, but that's useful for the knockdown, whatever. But after that, like if you're right over here in the corner and you get a 60C, you can do this. You can do stuff like that. That's really simple. But if you want a full screen corner carry, that's incredibly simple to do for no meter and leads to no media loops. You can do this. And not drop that like an idiot. Oh my god. Whoa, where did my button press go? And of course you can do that. Then you get another one of them because you already used 2 of your ground bounces. And do note that that didn't build as much meter as a standard meter loop, because when you use an EX, you gain slightly less meter for the rest of, for like a couple seconds. I believe it's like 5 to 10 or something like that. I'm not certain on the details. But that's your 63C stuff. That's basically it for 63C. Let's get into Initiative Heat. Initiative Heat is a mechanic for F Moon only, where if you're in max, which let me show that in max, just to make people like and let's not drop that. You can effectively Roman cancel or FADC, not necessarily FADC, but Roman cancel more or less. Your specials, some specials, and basically all normals. You can, IH that, you can IH that, you can IH So I don't know that. If you wanted to, why would you? If you wanted to, you could do that. But her best IH stuff comes from IHing C, because then you can link another 5B5C or another 2C and knock you down like me. There you go, that's a combo. That's also a combo. Or you can 5H, 5CH, 5C. You can even do that. Can you maybe take 6C? Just to make sure. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not gonna happen. But where is it? Immediately max. Let's set it to dummy. And let me show you some basic. That's stuff. Oh, the benefit of IHing is that you immediately go into heat, and it's the basic thing. Like when you with H Moon, when you go into heat, you get your life back. But with F Moon, the timer doesn't stop ticking, and you get more life. But like if you know the standard, if you know the systems, you should know this. So I'm not gonna cover this too much. So this is in the corner. So this is some truly silly stuff. If you were doing a Momiji loop and you hit max in the middle of it, you really want the life, you can really, oh my god, I got that life back, and your enemy clutches hell and just a 2C IH 2C Momiji loop. It's it looks fag, especially since you notice in the middle of the combo and you get it. If that life is enough to make the difference for like a time when the timer is ticking. When the timer is about to go to 0, it can make it can mean a lot of difference. And Momiji loops are always great time killers. So there's that. What else? IH. I mean, IH is good with every F character, but this character also uses it partially because her life is literally 0. So it's extremely useful to have, especially if you want to make comebacks. So that's pretty much it. I covered ground combos, air combos, ground to air, shield counter, counter hits. Covered different kinds of ground combos, different kinds of air to airs, ground to airs. In the corner I covered Momiji loop 63A, OTG, I covered 63C, I covered 6C, I covered air throw, I covered initiative heat. So let me just leave you with a little bit of this. Let me just make the meter normal and actually put on connects. If you're interested in the character, you have no doubt heard of this. She does have an infinite. It's kind of silly, but it's also kind of sort of hard. So I recorded this for like half an hour before I actually started recording, and I got this. I mean, of course, this isn't a huge thing considering you got a 5C counter hit, but whatever. I'm gonna say it. I'm not very good at it. I haven't spent a lot of time actually practicing it and actually like really knowing what's gonna happen. I will, of course. I think I'll make a video right at the very end after the neutral game and everything, because I think it's the least important thing about the character. How the infinite works after like I have fully researched it and feel confident about talking about it, which I don't think I really am right now. In terms of like I can't even basically do it. It's very bad. Like that thing is not even like a full loop, and that took me a lot of time to get used to actually doing. The basic gist of the infinite is you do 2 A, B, C, or whichever one you want, and when you're landing you do one of these, and then you go up and do it again. That's the basic gist of it. As a new player, that's all you really need to know about it. And if you're seeing people at high level like Yukichi, like Tobari doing this, in sets and stuff like that, just commend them for their really good execution. I don't think this is something that a new player should mess with right now, so I'm kind of sad about bringing it up right now because I don't think it's terribly useful. But it's useful to know that it exists, and in the meantime, while you're playing the character and you're kind of sort of just building up everything, it's useful to at least know that this exists and just keep practicing it. Like when you're on your hour of practice, you can spend like 15 minutes on your B&Bs, whatever, and spend the rest of the time like labbing, but like leave 15 or 10 minutes at the end just practicing infinite confirms. So that's pretty much it. I think we covered ground cover. It's actually covered everything. I think I'm fairly positive about this version. I'll put this out on YouTube. And next one, I'm probably gonna be doing Okizeme and pressure. Like Okizeme for mostly your knockdowns, and then how her general sort of pressure works. And I mean, her pressure is okay. It's not, you know, it's F Moon, so it's not like totally crazy C Moon reverse speeds everywhere, or like H Moon, whatever, reverse speeds everywhere sort of garbage. But it's still fairly strong with like very Street Fighter-y frame traps, like that. You know, that almost all things can, like, you know, they can all be a frame trap in themselves if you delay them slightly, you know, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else in terms of combos. Let me leave you with this one swag combo that is totally not worth it. Okay. Whoa, I dropped it because I'm an idiot. Hahaha. Actually, I'm just going to turn this off. This exists! You can combo into your archive. And not terribly useful. But always, you know, if you want to use it because you're a nut, go for it. You know. If you want to blow all that bar, you know, by all means, go for it. But that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. But this character combos, next video should be Okizeme, and coming hopefully soon. And after that will be a neutral game, and after that hopefully will be a little bit of an exploration into the infinite. But don't keep your hopes up for the infinite video. I'm probably not going to even really do it. I don't know. I might do it as a bonus. So that's it.